Could you really mine cryptocurrency from your phone? I mean, for years that sounded like pure science fiction, didn't it? Well, today we're actually going to dive deep into an announcement that claims it's happening right now. We're talking about Bitcoin Solaris. And just so you know, our sources for this deep dive, they're directly from Bitcoin Solaris itself. It's a press release dated July 5th, 2025.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here, I think, is how this platform says it's aiming to just dismantle those traditional barriers to getting into crypto. So our mission today really is to explore how exactly Bitcoin Solaris claims it's revolutionizing crypto access. We'll break down their tech, look at how they say you can build wealth. We'll do it carefully, looking at everything, their own material states, and think about, the bigger picture too.
Okay, so let's start with that core vision, the big promise they make right up front in the announcement. Bitcoin Solaris says it wants to eliminate what they call the traditional barriers to mining crypto. The super expensive hardware, the complex setups, all that technical stuff that's kept a lot of people out. Their material basically paints a picture where, well, according to them, all you need is a device you probably already have, smartphone, laptop, whatever, and an internet connection. And bam, you're in the BTCS ecosystem.
Right. And the why behind that, as they put it in their own words, it really centers on this idea of quick wealth building. Like starting from day one. They want anyone, it seems, no matter their tech background or if they have fancy gear, to just jump in and, well, start generating crypto. It taps into that desire for, more democratic access in the crypto world. But historically, there have been real technical, real economic challenges stopping that. How do they say they overcome those?
Well, one of the things that really jumps out from the announcement is this idea that you could earn crypto just like browsing the web or sending a text. And apparently your phone stays cool while doing it. They mentioned something called an energy efficiency mode. That really goes against what most people think about crypto mining being super power hungry, right?
It absolutely does. Turns that conventional wisdom right on its head. And if we, connect that to the bigger picture, claiming that kind of energy reduction, that's huge in the crypto space, especially with all the environmental concerns around traditional proof of work. Now, Bitcoin Solaris states their system uses a hybrid model. It's proof of work, PoW, but combined with delegated proof-of-stake, or DPoS. And this combo, they claim, allows for some pretty impressive stuff. We're talking up to 10,000 transactions per second. Wow. Near instant 2-second finality. So confirmation in just 2 seconds. And that dramatic energy reduction figure, 99.95% less energy than Bitcoin, supposedly. Now, achieving those kinds of speed, that fast finality, while keeping things decentralized and secure, that's a major technical challenge for any blockchain. These are ambitious targets they've set.
Definitely ambitious. And thinking about the user side of things, they talk about this upcoming Solaris Nova app. Sounds like it has some smart features built in. The source mentions adaptive performance tuning, so the app kind of adjusts itself based on your phone or computer's specs, maybe like a smart car adjusting its engine, but for mining efficiency on your device. That's the analogy I thought of. Plus, they promise tutorials right in the app for beginners and pretty robust security biometric login, remote wipe if your phone gets stolen, full encryption. How do those features maybe address some of the worries people have about jumping into crypto?
Yeah, those user-centric features seem designed to tackle exactly the anxieties, the barriers to entry, making it feel safer, easier to understand.
And beyond the fancy tech, the real hurdle is often just making it easy to use. The source actually uses the phrase dead simple mining. Let's quickly walk through the steps they outline. First, download the Solaris Nova app. Sounds like it'll be everywhere. Android, iOS, Windows, Mac, Linux, even browsers. Second, create an account. They mention end-to-end encryption, biometric options, so focusing on security. Third, there's an auto detection setup. The app figures out your device and suggests the best way to mine. And then apparently it's just one click, tap a button, start mining. Finally, you can track your earnings right there in the app's built-in wallet. Seems straightforward.
It does sound straightforward. And what's interesting is that emphasis on broad compatibility. Works on a top-tier phone, or like they say, a beat-up laptop. But also, if you do have powerful hardware, like gaming GPUs or even ASICs, and you want to, quote, crunch serious numbers, it sounds like the system supports that too, which, suggests they're really focused on getting lots of users in, maybe more than just maximizing raw power from day one for the basic mining part. You have to wonder, though, how that strategy might affect things like network security or decentralization down the line as it scales up.
Good point. And besides that simplicity, the announcement throws in a few other features to generate some buzz. They mention cross-device support, that one-click mining we talked about.
Yeah.
Oh, and a mining power marketplace.
Mhm.
Sounds like you could rent out your device's power or maybe rent power from others to boost your yield. Interesting concept. They also state the smart contracts are validated by Cyberscope and Freshcoins for security. There's the built-in wallet we mentioned. And for data nerds, advanced analytics and even some gamification stuff to track mining progress. Lots of little hooks there.
Okay, moving beyond just mining, they also talk about liquid staking. This is another way they propose users can generate income. So the system, as they describe it, lets you stake your BTCS, but instead of locking it up completely, it gives you back another token, SBTCCS 1-to-1. This raises an important question, doesn't it? What does liquid staking really offer compared to traditional staking? And are there complexities hidden behind that flexibility? The idea is you still earn staking rewards, but you also get this derivative token, the SBTCS, that you can apparently use or trade. It keeps your capital liquid, essentially. Best of both worlds is the pitch.
Right, and the source says users can take that SBTCS and use it in decentralized finance or maybe for voting and governance, and it's all supposed to be right there in the app. They really emphasize no lockups, no wait times. Sounds like pure flexibility is the goal.
Flexibility is definitely the selling point there.
Okay, now let's talk momentum. Because according to the source material, the Bitcoin Solaris pre-sale is, well, buzzing. The announcement gives specific numbers. Current price, $10. Next phase jumps to $11. And they're projecting a launch price of $20. Plus, there's a 6% bonus for joining now. But it's time sensitive. The article is from July 5th, 2025. And it says there were only 4 weeks left to join before July 31, 2025. And the user numbers. Over 13,650 unique users reported and over $6 million raised already. That does sound like significant traction, doesn't it?
It certainly sounds like significant traction, yes. And the announcement itself is quite bold. It claims it's already being called one of the shortest and most explosive pre-sales of 2025. They even float a potential 150% return at launch. Now, those numbers are definitely eye-catching, very attractive. But, in crypto, strong early pre-sale buzz doesn't automatically guarantee long-term success or stability. That's crucial to remember. Experienced investors would look beyond just the raw numbers, right? They'd want validation of that growth. It's so important to separate reported pre-sale hype from guaranteed future returns. Oh, and for anyone participating, they recommend using Trust Wallet or MetaMask to actually receive the tokens when they launch.
Right, separating hype from reality is key. And speaking of hype, it's not just the numbers. The source says influencers are getting involved. They mention names like Token Galaxy, Crypto Show, Token Empire, Crypto's Log, apparently all chiming in about BTCS, Token Galaxy supposedly breaking down the attention it's getting, Crypto Show reviewing the mining, Token Empire looking at staking, Crypto Vlog comparing it to other mobile miners. It definitely paints a picture of, well, a growing buzz and maybe a coordinated effort to build that excitement.
Building that community narrative.
So let's try and wrap this up. The core message from Bitcoin Solaris in their announcement seems pretty clear. They're saying phone mining isn't just wishful thinking anymore. It's presented as your shortcut to actually owning crypto. And they credit their scalable tech, the accessibility, and that strong presale engine for making this possible, creating the kind of platform they think the market wants. Their closing pitch seems to be no waiting list, no confusing setup, just tap, mine, and earn. Pretty compelling statement.
Yeah. It is a compelling statement, but, and this is really important, what does this all mean for you, the listener, trying to make sense of this?
Yeah.
We absolutely have to stress that this content, everything we've discussed, it comes directly from Bitcoin Solaris. It's provided by Bitcoin Solaris. And their own source material includes some very significant disclaimers. We need to pass those on clearly. It explicitly states that investing in crypto in mining opportunities involves significant risks. That includes the potential loss of capital. It even warns, quote, it is possible to lose all your capital. That's stark.
Oh, okay.
They also say these products may not be suitable for everyone and that you absolutely must understand the risks involved and, crucially, seek independent advice if necessary. The source also recommends that readers conduct their own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. And they add a note about the inherently speculative nature of the blockchain sector, meaning complete accuracy just can't always be guaranteed.
Okay, so a lot of promises, a lot of buzz, but also some very serious warnings directly from the source itself. Which leads us to a final thought for you, the listener, to consider. Given how fast things are changing with crypto accessibility and these kinds of bold claims from projects like Bitcoin Solaris, what future possibilities or maybe what challenges do you see ahead for the average person just looking to get involved with decentralized finance? And what kind of homework, what due diligence becomes absolutely essential in this new landscape? Something to think about.